Hello, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
भरत नहीं है क्या? Hello, Bharat, can you hear us? How are you doing, Paran?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing?
Good, sir.
So,
Good evening, sir.
good evening. Do you remember anything that we had read about, discussed about on SEO? Yeah, should we start from first? Not able to hear you. You're on mute, Paran.
Sorry, sir. In previous class, we learned about on page, off page, and technical aspects, and about HTML.
Right. And then now, should we go to the next topics? So let
Yes,
me
sir.
just try to put everything in place. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Right. So, how many of these topics we discussed? Only the top one, right?
Yes, sir.
So the three pillars of SEO: on page, off page, and technical optimization. So now we'll go to the next topics. Okay. So in this, you need to understand that now at present, the whole search experience is divided into few parts. So people would usually assume that you just want to go out and do a search to explore, right? So just you don't know much, but then you go and you explore. And then there are moments when you go, you know a product, so you search, the real intent of search. Then you go, and sometimes some other times you go to internet and then you do specific kind of search to buy. Okay, so the intent of a person usually changes, and somehow Google, with lot of AI and machine learning, is able to sometimes understand that if a person is coming to search engine, is there a pattern to detect and understand through his queries, the keywords which he puts into Google, and then try to classify that search. What he's searching for, what might he want. Okay, so in that case, so we call these now as moments. So Google sometimes also understand about your movements, and then it clearly shows some of the search listings in such a way that they are aligned with your intent of search. Right. So here you want to know things, you go, you just look at things. Sometimes you do some things on internet, right, through the search. Like you go and only see for the knowledge. You do is something like you go there and you do perform a search and you see what is the weather. Okay, so when you do this kind of searches, Google gives you the information then and there itself. So what is the current score? India vs Australia match. Okay, for some of those, Google started showcasing results there itself. You can also do math calculation on Google. So those also you can perform, and then finally you go there to purchase something. So your intent is buy. So for all these, Google starts to show some difference in SERP, the search engine resultant page. Do you guys remember that, right? So the page which we see, the resultant page which we see after we put a query on Google is called as SERP. And depending upon our keyword, Google will try to understand the intent behind it. And then it will start to showcase you results which are in line with that intent. And then it also considers a lot of your, if cookies are enabled, then it would also know whether this is the first time you are searching for that keyword or it is right. So at what stage of your process you are? Is it buying? Is it just looking at things? Is it looking at options? Do you want to review? Do you want to finalize on a product, etc.? And then it will try to showcase you those kind of results. So when everything was there, cookies were enabled, and then when there were no laws against it. So now there are few laws which are against it, right? So it will show you whether you want to you want Google or any other website to enable those cookies, etc., or not. So if you do not want, they will not track. So if they do not track, if they do not keep any cookies on your website, they will not know much information about you. So it will become as if all the ads are shown same to everybody. Now what's happening is the ads, the results, everything changes according to your logged in ID. So the ID through which you see on your mobile or on your desktop from your standard location, right? IP of your home or office, etc., is different. And when the same person goes to another city and searches for the same keyword, he might see a different rankings, different listings altogether. Okay. Now with advent of all this, there has been a very differentiated listings which are coming up because of device. Now we are jumping to the next one, which is our desktop versus mobile. So you have very small real estate on a mobile, right? The screens are very small. You will not be able to show a lot of data. People will not be able to actually know what is there on the whole first fold. So first fold is what you see on the screen without scrolling. Okay? On that first fold, whatever you see, that usually impacts you more. So Google tried to show many ads in that, or even if it is your website, if a user comes to your website and if there is a big banner on a desktop, it might look good because other than your banner, he is still able to see a lot of links, some other content. Sometimes if the banner is not too big, then some content below it as well, right? Whereas if that same design is seen on a mobile, then he will not be able to see the links. The links menu will disappear, right? Usually it will be replaced with 3 lines, which is called as, do you know what it is called? Hamburger menu. Okay, those 3 lines which usually comes on mobile, right? And when you click on it, the whole links open up. That is hamburger menu. So hamburger menu will showcase. Otherwise, people doesn't even know what is there inside. So you have to think and plan. So 2012 is a time when Google started saying that, hey, listen, mobile is one of the important devices, and hence I will start to look at websites which are mobile friendly. So there is this concept called responsive design. Did you guys heard about it? So Bharat, You are able to follow, right? Hello? Bharat? Okay, maybe he has some issue with the mic. Paran, you are able to hear me, right?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. You are audible.
Okay, cool. So when this new device has come up, and then when the design changes automatically as per the device, it is called as responsive design. So by understanding whether you are opening the page from a desktop or a mobile, it will adjust, it will shift the placing of some of the elements, right? And then it will showcase you a design. If that happens automatically, then it is called as a responsive design. So from 2011-12, people started doing responsive designs because Google and other people also wanted to see good design on a mobile. Otherwise, if the same website comes up on a mobile, you will have to zoom and then you will have to see everything, right? So people started doing that. Later on, what we also understood is on a desktop, you can see more results compared to a mobile. So when your website is ranking on top position, say 4th position, you might get good number of clicks from a desktop. But when it comes to mobile, you might not get more clicks from mobile device because 4th is not on the first fold. It goes on to the second fold. So somebody has to scroll. Then only they will see, they will be able to see. Then only you will be able to get clicks. So now this has got as an important parameter that first of all you should rank, and then you should rank higher in a mobile so that in the first fold you should be able to be seen. Then only you will get more clicks. So earlier the idea from a SEO, the expectation from a SEO would be to come up on first page. If you are on first page, then people will see and then people will click. Slowly later it became no, first page is not enough. You should be on top positions, top 5. So that's how reports are created, right? Top 1 to 3, 3 to 7, and 7 to 10, like that. Reports were created. Then people started asking and analyzing and expecting, no, we should be on first top positions. And then now this new thing has come up, which is like we should rank above the fold so that there is a chance to be seen by many people. And then only when you are seen, people will click on you. Do you guys know what is impression? No? So
Sir, I have heard a bit that impression is like advertisement. Whenever the advertisement is shown, that is called impression.
not exactly in that way, but I will tell you. Okay. Impression is something like, let's put, what should we put? Best Chinese restaurants in Hyderabad. Okay. So these are all coming, right? Yeah. So here you see these, right? Impression, clicks, average positions. So Only because I have a site in my webmasters, it is showing like this. Otherwise, now if I go to this listing, now when I am seeing and just I am able to see, right? So for all these websites, it has got a impression now. So if you see, it is seen by a user. If it comes on to that page, and if somebody sees, that is an impression. So even if I do not go till this, but it is still impression, right? In top 10 pages, it has shown up. In top 10 listings, your listing has come. So it is an impression. Okay. If I click on this, right? If I go and do, say, click on this, then this becomes click. Okay. So first was only impression. And then if I click, then now this website got clicks from Google. Let's go back to our presentation. So when you are ranking above the fold, you will have lot of impressions and clicks. But if you are not on the first fold, you will see that there are a lot of impressions because you have come up on the top, right? But if a user has not seen, how will he click? Even if a user has seen, if he has not clicked, you will not get the click value, right? So it is better for us to come up on less number of keywords, but mostly on the above the fold, so that we get more traffic, which is more clicks, than just have impressions and stay on just first page. And the listing on mobile and desktop is also different. So if you see a mobile listing versus a desktop listing, now we had this, right? Then let's take the keyword, okay? And then let's open up a new window, right? So you know this inspect element. I'm just trying to get a mobile browser, okay? I'm just trying to get a mobile browser, that's it. With this. And then let's try to search here. So it is TripAdvisor, LBB, Zomato, Easy Diner. If you see there, TripAdvisor, Zomato on top, LBB below. The ranking of Zomato is 3 here, right? And LBB.in is 4th. Agreed? What happened here? First, second, third. So rankings on desktop versus mobile will also change. And sometimes they are very drastic. It is not just one position change. It can be many more positions change. Okay. And the traffic coming to LBB from mobile will be higher now, right? Because they are on third position. And Zomato might get more traffic from desktop, but might not be here. And then this is looking very nice with image and all. this is not looking, and once again this is looking good on the mobile. So people might click less here and more on this. We don't know. It's a general human tendency, right? Which is looking attractive, you want to click. And for all this to come up as well, sometimes we will also use those schemas, advanced SEO. Okay. So did you understand this concept?
Yes, sir.
Bharat, able to hear us or not? Let us see, Paran. So one is, so there are multi dimensions for this. So one is your ranking above the fold. The other is ranking can be completely different between desktop and mobile. And the third thing is the kind of impressions and clicks you get from these are different. So what is the inference we get here? So what should we do? Ideally, when we go for a website design, we should start not with a responsive design, but with a mobile first approach and design. So you create the website for mobile first, so that the whole thought process, everything is aligned, how good it can look on a mobile. And then since you have more space on desktop, that easily can be accommodated on a desktop. In reverse, if you create a great design for desktop, but then if it has to be responsive, then everything will get adjusted, right? So it might not look great on a mobile. And hence our suggestion is to go for mobile first designs for SEO. Okay. And then let's jump on to the next one, which is news and social content. So now if you actually look at some of the SERPs, you will also realize for few queries, there are lot of listings which come up, which is different than the other things. So what should we search? Let's search for cars. Okay. Any new car which they had? MG Gloster. Aster. Let's check. Yes. Now when we click this, there is one with FAQs here, right? And then you see here, this top stories has come. Like this we have not seen, right? For other listings. Now for some keywords, if it is new, Google started showing in other media and especially news site. Okay. In the same way, sometimes it also shows some tweets as well here. Okay. Say if it is about some personality, if it is something about a celebrity. Say, आपने किसका बोला था नाम?
कार्तिक आर्यन.
देखते हैं इनका कैसा आ रहा है. तो आर्यन स्पेलिंग मैंने गलत लिखा. You see here, it started showcasing his Instagram as well, right? His social media profile and Twitter as well. So now you did not see all this. अगर मैं मेरा नाम लिखता है या आपका नाम लिखता है ऐसा थोड़ी आएगा. But depending upon searches, you should also look at SERP, and then we will realize that for some queries, it is important to be in news. This is all news, right? Okay, more news. And then sometimes from social media as well. Okay. So we should be active, and we should not think that SEO means only website. SEO can be of many different things, and SEO, if you want to do SEO, you also need to be good at social content and news as well. Why are these coming up on Google? Okay, is Karthik Aryan's Facebook, Twitter handle so famous, or it is so optimized in SEO, or is his Instagram so optimized? Who did SEO for that page, right? We will have questions, and sometimes it might not have been done by anybody, but Google sees how fresh is the content. Okay, if the content is fresh, and if people are looking on Google and then trying to search for his Instagram page more number of times than a website, and then if they are also following his Twitter, right, then Google will say, hey, listen, for these type of queries, or for these type of queries with these celebrities, I should show both their social media and news as well. किसी और का भी नाम बोला ना, कोई थोड़ा पुराना, not so famous, then we'll see.
Sir, I don't know.
So अनुपम खेर लिखते हैं ऐसे, ठीक है, या अनिल कपूर लिखे. For अनिल कपूर विकिपीडिया आ गया, ठीक है, एंड देन उनका भी ट्विटर है, और उनका भी अगर फेमस है तो उनका भी आ गया, एंड देन केम द न्यूज. इनका क्या आएगा, सेम थिंग, राइट. सो उसके बाद में इंस्टाग्राम भी आया, फिर यहाँ पे न्यूज आया, तो इनके ये ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. फॉर हिम ट्विटर, if Wikipedia page is created, and these are important. So people who are very active and जो hot topic है और वो हर जगह आ रहा है, तो Google will give importance to that kind of content and then showcase it on the pages. Okay, and then we can move on to the next topic, which is knowledge panels, right? So Google also showcases different types of knowledge panels as well. Let's see if we can get anything else from Google. You're able to see Hyderabad airport, and then Google started to show some of this, right? The information, airport, so exact address, and then it is saying timings, contact numbers, etc. So you see it here. Did you know that Google will show like this here? So Google is trying to understand, and I'm not sure whether this is correct or not. I don't know, but you see it here. I think it has taken from here, right? So emergency contact. So Hyderabad airport emergency contact number, it is there, and automatically Google picked it up and then put it over there. So Google is saying people should not go out of my website at all. It is also there on here, right hand side, you see. If somebody is looking for only contact information, so why should they go anywhere else to the page also? Let me showcase here itself. And then let's try some pimples. Okay, this is one of the very famous keywords. So sometimes Google also shows these. Earlier, these were not there for all the queries, FAQs. Okay, it started with some of the medical related keywords, and now it has got too many of the other listings as well. So if you see it, Google is trying to give all the information here itself so that people doesn't go. And you see here. So doc online. Okay, just remember doc online, medical news today, health line, medical news today, health line. Okay. So what Google is doing is it is picking up some of the FAQs from these pages. And without a user going into them, it is started showcasing here. So what we need to understand is, if we want to come up on top, we can come up with this kind of FAQs as well, so that people might search here as well, right? So you put all those kind of FAQs in our pages, and if this knowledge panel shows up, we can come up here. And they were like, let's see. Here you see. Okay. Now it is not showcasing from like a FAQ. There it was simple FAQ, right? But in this, it is not showing FAQ for that, but it has started showing the FAQ from the page. So maybe Google felt it is not relevant and important for people to get a 4 or 5 FAQs randomly taken from different pages, because not many pages might not have. Only there are only 1 or 2 people who are showcasing like this. So why don't I do that? I put FAQs from these websites only. And so knowledge panel and all these things. And there was another concept called zero listing. So checklist Mumbai airport. So for some of these, Google would show up one box here itself, one box, wherein it will show all the checklist, what are the precautions you should take before going. Okay, so that people doesn't even need to go to inside. So all those things, if we include in our website, then we can rank higher for those keywords with these knowledge panels. Okay. Bharat, able to follow us?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Cool. Any doubts till now?
Sir, I have one question.
Yeah.
Sir, as you have said that there is a different, like in
Page
desktop,
design.
it is
Yes.
it is adjusted more in the desktop and not like in mobile screen. So why there are some sites that only open in desktop and not in phone, or like only opens in phone and not in desktop?
Usually doesn't happen, Karan. What happens, I will tell. So if there are any websites which are created, say 10, 15 years ago, when there was no mobile as a device, right? When people never used to open websites on a mobile, those designs will open just like a desktop on a mobile, and it will come very small. Okay, so you will not even be able to see or understand what is happening. You have to zoom and then pinch zoom and then click. And then there are websites which are created only for mobile, so there is no desktop version at all. Okay, if you want to open them, they will open like a very big, you will not look nice.
Sir, recently we had an assignment, so we were working in a group, so each one have to take one topic, and I just sent the topic link to my friend, and she opened it with her desktop, and she said it's not opening in my desktop. So it was opening in phone also, but it was not opening in desktop. That's why I got confused, like why it is happen.
Oh, usually that should not happen. So if it is a page, and if it is like, if you try to open from desktop, it might not open well the way it is formatted for, say, desktop. Maybe just that mobile version will expand and open on a mobile, the desktop. So she will see very big hamburger on the right hand side. Maybe those things can happen. But as a desktop पे नहीं दिख के only mobile पे दिखे, वैसे generally नहीं होते, but they can stop. So depending upon the coding of the page, you can tell, saying that if this is desktop, show this version. If it is mobile, show this version. Maybe they do not want to have or showcase on desktop, so they might have put in the coding in such a way that if it is open through mobile, they can see. On a desktop, they will not be able to see. That is possible. So that is possible through एक user agent करके रहता है. So in the coding of the page, there will be user agent. So in that user agent, they will see whether this is a desktop or a mobile. So depending upon that, you can as well give different page to be served. Okay. Should we wait? Bharat चला गया है ना?
Yes, sir.
एक मिनट मैं मैसेज कर लेता हूँ. Did you see any other websites in reverse? कि जैसे वो they are working on desktop and they are not working on mobile?
Sir, I didn't see those sites which were working on desktop or not in mobile, but many times I have heard that when you are doing like an assignment or searching for something, better to search in desktop because they prefer more suggestions than in mobile. So many times I've heard that. Sir, is that true?
Not always. One sec. Yes. And how are you finding? Are you going back and reading anything on internet about the topics which we are discussing, or did you start to look out for different things when you go on internet after having this knowledge about SEO and all?
Yes, sir. Not like in deep, but after like doing the session, like sometimes I search for some topics which I think like, yeah, this one I should like say about more information like that.
Okay. Cool. Okay. So Bharat, you understood about this, right? Knowledge panels,
Yes,
different
sir.
kind of things which are seen. Cool. And then now let's look at the SEO on different platforms. So here I want to introduce you to this concept where SEO is everywhere, right? If there is a search, if there is a website, and if there are lot many items available, then that means we can do SEO. Okay. In the same regard, if you look at App Store, so on the App Store also you can do SEO to come up on top rankings for your app. That process is called ASO, which is App Store Optimization. So through this process, what we will do is we will have our app come up on top rankings when somebody searches on, say, Play Store, App Store with some keywords. Okay, say if somebody is searching for best e-commerce app in India, and then maybe Myntra want to come up on top than say Amazon or a Flipkart, then they will get ASO done. Okay, so that their app comes on top when somebody is searching for the app. For the App Store optimization, you need to understand one is the name, which is important, right? So let's go and see how it looks. What is it called on Google Play Store, right?
Yes, sir.
So it is showing lot many things, right? On the home screen and all. It is showing all these apps. So now if we say best hotels booking app, okay, you're able to see, right? So then let's open up and see what these people are doing for which they are coming up on top, right? Do you see it here? Hotels and more, right? They used the keyword somehow. Agoda has not used, okay, but still it is coming. Trivago, hotel, once again it has used, right? Trivago, Agoda, Booking, and then Oyo. And then here you see they have used a video here, okay? And then here it goes. India's best hotels. So best hotels app I tried, right? So they have used best hotel booking app. So in the first starting sentences only, they started in such a way that all of this has come. Okay, so they did on-page optimization. Okay, here they have used different keywords. but then they came second because they also have travel app. Their name itself is booking.com, and then find hotels, right? So all these keywords are there, but then not towards the very closer. And then you have this 3000 character of writing. Then you see how they have used icons and all also, right? So this also will help. Okay, optimization of this content, keywords to be used in title. And then sometimes what we have also seen is if you have these, right? These are images. Okay, here also if you see, they have used images. If you have video or if the image is continuous, so these are three different images which you are seeing here, right? But then sometimes what happens is, you can, the way you look into an Instagram feed, right? Sometimes one image is cut into three pieces. Do you follow me? With one background, and then it will look as if it is one big image. It's a flowing image. That kind of images have more call to action and people will stay more. And hence it also is important that how you place those, what kind of imagery you should use, or you should use a video, so that it can also influence and help in SEO value. And then you have these ratings and reviews, right? So in iOS, they are given for each version. Here it is version, all the versions added together. And then what is the rating? What is the review? And how many times all these are being acknowledged or like given responses? How quick, how good you are responding to people as well. And then they will also see what is the size. Okay, so these are some of the, and then what information we gave, etc. as well. How quick we are in responding to user reviews, and then tackling them, etc. Okay, let's see here. This is 4.4. So everybody is responding, and there are these helpful and all also, right? He has not given varies with device. He has given usually if it is less, it will be better. So people try to keep it between 15, 30, 50 MBs. But depending upon your size, and like if it is very big and you have very big application and lot many images, everything has to be shown, then it will go up, right? But then in your category, they will try to see what is the average size, and if it is less, that is better, so that it gets quickly uploaded onto the user's machine and all as well, right? Okay, this is a quick introduction about app store optimization, ASO. So not only we need to do optimization on page, but then there is also an opportunity to do off page on this. So there will be a lot of websites where they will have articles like what are the top 10 best apps for booking hotels, etc., right? So if your app is listed there, okay, then that will also help in ranking better here. So one is on page, the other is off page, and in ASO also off page will help. And how it is to be done is, wherever there is any pages about app reviews, best apps, top apps, etc., there you will try to have your app listed. Okay. Cool. Any doubt till now?
Sir, how like the things or like how they get listed for like the top apps or like for anything?
So you list your, I think there is some subscription fee when you want to list it on Google, say Play Store, and then you submit the app. Okay. Then Google will start to see what keywords you have used here, which are once again in the title tag, right? And then what kind of imagery you used, what kind of text you have used, and how many downloads are there, how many reviews are there, positive reviews are there, how quickly you are responding to somebody. Sometimes people do not respond at all. Okay. So whether you are responding to them or not, how quickly you are responding, or is it useful to people or not, right? And then what is the size, and how many people are installing. And then Google will also have some data, right? When these people are opening up or not, how many uninstalls happen, that is also important. So there might be 100 people who have installed today, but then after 5 days everybody uninstalled, 90% people uninstalled. So that means there is something not so right about your app, or people only want to use for some time and then remove it. That can go as a negative for an app. If people are downloading and keeping it for more longer, and then if in between they are coming onto the app, staying onto the app for more time, all these will help in optimization.
That means, sir, after getting subscription also they will check everything and then they will put in the top list.
Yes. So they will see all the metrics only. So the algorithm works 24/7, right? So it will keep on checking all these things. Whichever are good, they will stack rank as 1 to 10 and they will publish.
Okay.
Okay. Now let's get back to our PPT. Yes. So we completed ASO. So in YouTube is second world's largest search engine. Do you know that? So the first is say Google itself. Then second place comes to YouTube. So there are so many people who are going to Google and searching for lot many things. So your how to's, right? How to remove a pimple. You can search it online on a web page, or you can actually go and search it on the YouTube as well, so that you get to see a video, or how to say learn HTML coding. Okay, there might be free videos, tutorials which are helping. So for YouTube, in brief, your title of the page, your title of the video is important. How many people are engaged with your, let's open up, say ठीक है. So how to make, first of all, itself it is showing videos only, right? You understood? For this kind of queries, Google itself decided that videos are best. And then now let's go to videos. And then YouTube, right? All the YouTube ones are coming up here. And Food Viva is also coming, Hebbal's Kitchen. These are all famous sites. Okay. Now let's directly go to YouTube. So lot many people would come here as well, right? Directly onto, when they also know one time they will go to Google and will search. When Google itself is showcasing that most of the times it is YouTube which is coming up, next time you will understand, oh, let me directly go to YouTube and let me search here. So when you search, whatever you are getting is important, right? So you see, this is Hebbar's Kitchen. Hebbar's Kitchen was also there on that page as well, right? If you remember. So on 6th to 7th position, Hebbar's Kitchen was also coming with their own website. So Hebbar's Kitchen already has their own website, but then they know that sometimes all people might not come to their website. So they also created a channel and kept it on YouTube so that it can come, right? So it is showing, you see, it is showing in Telugu, right? So Google has identified that maybe I am from Andhra, so my primary language is Telugu. So it is trying to showcase me. Okay, you see here, I'm logged in, right? So it understands all this. So try and search on your systems, you will not get this. So the second link you will not get. It is a customized, personalized result for me. Okay. And then let's see it here. So dhaba style simple and paneer ki sabzi. So quick paneer curry, right? So it has used some of the important keywords here. And then if you look at the number of views here, you see, it is just about 1 year. Okay. And it has got 5 million views, which is 50 lakhs. So these many people have seen, and then it also gave, you see, paneer with tomato. So they have also made sure that they write about it. Okay. So they try to optimize all this. And then you see here, it has got 1035 comments. Right. So people have also interacted with this. People have engaged with it, not just seen. That's why. And then it is like continuous. Once you start to see and all, then after this, slowly all these things will come up, right? So when autoplay is there, automatically all these will start to play. And then depending upon how many people are responding to it, engaging with it, Google will try to give, you see, for this, they have got 2.7 million subscribers. This also has same, right? Same views, 5 million views, 952 comments. This is 15 million. अब देख रहे हो? This is more older. And this has more comments. But then, and actually this has given really good also. Is also asking to buy all these. Okay. Sometimes this is all good, but what happens is, because there is so much of content, the keyword density, the reputation of keyword might have gone down, right? Versus in the other pages, it might have been more. In this, it is not even there. It is just, they have only given the other links. Here it is more towards keyword density. And then in how much time, when did they made it live, how many views they got, and how many genuine comments have come. And I think here there is some recency which is also been considered, and how many subscribers are there to that you see channel as well. Okay, all this will also influence the YouTube video. So ideally what we say is transcript लिखना भी अच्छा है. Transcript बोले तो do you know what is transcript?
The translation.
Kind of translation, yes. So whatever is been spoken in the video, if you write it here, so that people or say crawlers who are not understanding whatever is written can easily go through the text and it can identify the keywords, right? Easily.
So there is also an option, caption.
Yes, there is also captions as well. So through that, Google will understand the content and hence it can give more weightage or rank based on the keywords which are being used. Right? आप एक बार देखो दोनों भी आपको क्या आ रहा है. Just go to YouTube and just check. Bharat? So do you get the same these three or not?
Sir, what we have to search?
How to prepare paneer curry?
Sir, different is coming, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
So that's how it happens. So when you are logged into your Gmails, it will try to give you more personalized, and also it depends upon IP as well. So maybe if I am sitting in Delhi, I might not see a Telugu listing on second, but I might see something else. Okay.
Yes, sir. Sir, first one is same and then the rest are different.
Right. Now you understood, right? So listings are different for different people as well. And if you are logged in, it is different. Sometimes just if I logged out, it might give me the same, but over a period of time, you can also understand that if Google doesn't know, doesn't have any cookies on the system, or it doesn't know about anybody, then the listing will be completely different. Right. Let's go back to our slide. So what is GMB? Google My Business, right? I told you about this. Do you remember? So in here, we will only just talk about it. Once I take you through the detail, I will show you exactly how it happens internally as well. Okay. So in GMB, which is Google My Business, when we try to search on internet for say top digital marketing agency in Mumbai. You got this, right? Now this is all free listing. There is no need to pay any of this ads. This is all free. Here it is coming. And then to come up here, you need to go to Google My Business. Okay, My Business. So guys, I'm not opening because I'm still logged in into my system, right? So it will showcase all my clients and all, which I do not want to. So when you go here, okay, it will ask you to sign in, right? So it is showing all this, right? So you can fill in all the details. So you can give your name. Okay. You can give the details. What are the timings? You can showcase on the map, where is it? And then if you have a website, you will give. And if you want to get messages, you will also enable that. And then you can also put some offers, posts on it. Other than these posts, you can also have services. So I'll show you mine. On the right hand side, you are able to see, right? So this is the local listing. It is showcasing one image and then the map. This is my logo. This is where the website, this is where the location is. And then I have got a website, directions, and save. I did not give message options, etc. I do not want to take messages. And I said it is open 24 hours. It's a digital agency, right? I can just take the request anytime. It is not something like somebody needs to come there. So not always. So 24 hours. So I'm just trying to give information to Google saying that, hey, this is open 24 hours, but is it so? No. But then I do not want to miss the chance of people getting on to contact me. So if somebody is searching on at 11 o'clock, at least I should prominently come up. So if it is open, maybe at 11 o'clock, Google wants to showcase. So now if you see Indian digital, I will see. Okay, because there is another Hyderabad in Pakistan. Okay, so if I put it like this, there is these ads, and then Google is showing all these. You see, somebody else is also used open 24 hours, closed, open from 9:30 Saturday. So this is tomorrow's, when they open, it is showcasing me. Okay, so I'm just trying to see that if it is open 24 hours, maybe I can come up on top. So since I have not optimized it, I do not take any clients usually from internet. It is only through network and friends and referrals I take. So that's why I'm not optimizing it. So when we optimize, we also want to showcase that it is open 24 hours. So there are more chances of coming up always, right? And then there is a lot more information. So the phone number, right? And then reviews. If people have given reviews, it will also show up here. On Google, if you go and if you give a review, it will show up here. So in the posts, I have used this. Okay, so these posts are coming because I have posted on Google My Business. They will also come up here. And then these profiles, it is showcasing from the linking which I have kept. It is not showcasing services, but few others we also have services. Okay, so it is not showcasing here as a service, but if you have products and services, sometimes Google will also showcase them here. So without visiting a website, through just Google My Business also, you can get a lot of information passed on to users. And even if your website is not there here, okay, only when people click on the website, they will come to my website, right? Even without creating a website, this is the first step to create a SEO listing on the online front. But earlier, Google used to take these and give you the listing. But nowadays, Google is not giving the listing. Google is saying, are you also listed on somewhere else? So are there any other places on internet which says that your website is here? So then for those, you will need to go to Just Dial or those kind of classified sites and give out your listing so that Google knows that, hey, listen, I think these are also available. You see, now world organizations in the catalog of advertising agency, they have covered us, right? Do you see this? And then indiainfo.net. And the intern chala, we were taking some interns earlier. Okay. So there are other places on the internet which confirms that we have an office at this place. Understood? So when Google got that, hey, listen, no, they're available here, and we also know it through other websites, then Google will start to showcase. But this is created more than 2.5 years back. So I got the listing very easily only. But then for the new websites which are coming up, this is becoming kind of a mandatory thing to have your address listed on other local sites. Okay, you see, all this information is there, right? We don't know when did they take. It is 4 out of 7. It is giving like this based on 4 reviews, but now we have more reviews now. So maybe that information they have taken is old. They have not updated, right? You see, 11 reviews are there now, right? So it is old data which is being seen, but then that is still okay. But Google knows that this entity exists here, and hence Google wants to showcase. Okay. And then Google also shows you a lot of information. How many people have come, how many people have clicked. Okay. Whether they clicked on call, whether they clicked on websites, how many people have clicked on website and they came to your website, how many people have come, they have clicked on your call button, etc., are also shown. Any doubts regarding this?
Sir, how can we identify if like the website is fake or real?
Difficult pattern. So maybe for that you need to check for how many years this domain has been bought. Is there any physical address present on the who is information? Is there any address present on the website? Are they listed anywhere on the internet? So if it is a fake, they will not do all these things. They will never showcase their real name, real address, etc., right? So these are some of the hints. But yeah, tell me.
That means like they can also like fake their names also, like their
Of course.
company name, their location name.
But then that means they are more smarter. So the people who are intentionally doing some of things sometimes doesn't go and think all these things. They'll think, who will see all this? Give something, just Pune, give just Pune, Koth Road. They will not give very specific information because they don't want to get caught. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Any doubts, Bharat? GMB?
No, sir.
Okay. Then comes our next topic, which is SMO. SMO क्या होता है?
No, sir.
No. Social media optimization. So social media marketing means that you do marketing inside say Facebook, Instagram, etc. Right? There also you can run campaigns, like you run campaigns on Google AdWords. Google पे आप ads चलाते हो ना? In the same way, there are options for you to go and run ads on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitters, etc. ठीक है? But if you do not want to go and do that, but only do naturally try to get more connects, more people to engage with your brand. Okay, the kind of posts you do. This is called social media optimization. Right? In the social media optimization, you will try to see what are the current trends, how people can interact, how quickly I will give a response when they put some comment on my Facebook page. So the whole Facebook page creation, maintenance, everything comes under SMO. Okay? So we will do, so in generally most of the people who they manage themselves are doing SMO. People who give it out to agencies, and then if they want to have more likes to the page, bought in through campaigns. If you want to boost a post to get more likes, etc., those are all would go into SMM. Simple as same things we do. We optimize titles, whatever we are writing, right? So we'll try to include important keywords. We will also try to have hashtags. You know hashtags, right? So you will keep them so that people, if somebody are searching, this is tagged, and then it can also come up for those hashtags. And then keep very good images, but not too big, high quality images, but not too big size, etc. And then post it whenever we are doing. And then if somebody responds, quickly go back and reply to them, so that you will also see, right, response in 24 hours, response in 2 hours, those things as well. And on LinkedIn, so go and try to have more number of links every day. You go and try to connect with 10 people who could who are in the same field or specialization, etc. So slowly building up organically on these platforms, likes, followers, and then posting regularly comes under SMO. Okay. And then the next topic is ORM, online reputation management, right? This is one big topic. And then this is also a very important topic for a lot of big corporations. So in online reputation management, you have to protect your identity from negative reviews on the online front. If somebody writes anything bad on Google, what Google does is sometimes it starts to show up on top, just like a mouth shut. Do you know mouth shut? So there is a company called mouth shut, and whenever you type some keywords and review, mouth shut pages come on top. आप कोई भी try कर लो, VLCC reviews करके मार लो. Let's see if they are still coming up. So Vlcc now this has become a very big company. So you see, you can see here mouth shut, and this mouth shut will have pages on all the brands, any and many brands, and most of the times it will be negative rating only. People who come here will try to give negative rating only, then only they come to mouth shut and put everything bad about a company. Okay, worst experience, fake weight loss, 2 rating. So there will be hardly people who would go and give good ratings. And this is not just across this. You can look at any brand which is there on mouth shut. You see, Mama Earth 3. Here, 2 votes, 4 votes, 4 rating, 2.8, 1.6. Okay. So people come and vent out their anger only on this website. So there are, and when some people search for that business, right? So the VLCC, I will say, I don't know, Reviews. There is a location called Himayatnagar. Okay. You see, here they come, right? And if it is not good, now it is good here, but then if it is not good, then people will come, read it here, and they will not come to your clinic at all. So for all this not to happen, what they would do is they would try to put more good reviews here. Most of them are planted by them. And usually they will also try to get their own website on top and then also submit in these sites and try to get more good rankings so that they come up on top. I'm not able to show very specific examples, but then if it is on a personality or a celebrity, then what they will do is they will try to get more good press releases written about them and get them on top so that these kind of pages will go down, which are not writing good about them. And for that whole process is called online reputation management. When somebody is searching for your brand online, if you have any negative reviews, to remove that, what steps you need to take care, all that would come under ORM. Okay. So what steps we will do is that you see that it is VLCC Himayatnagar. So we will try to come up with more websites on this. So vlcchimayatnagar.blogspot.com. Okay, Blogspot gives you a free URL, right? You can create a blog. Do you know that? WordPress is another website on which you can go and you create a new website for free. Okay, so in those places, and there were times when IIPM, I think IIPM is one of the educational institutes which did. So it is not IIPM. So I will give you the example later. So they had a lot of negative reviews, okay, on the online front. So what they did is they went and they bought 10 websites. IITM. Yeah, I think this one only, IITM. Okay. And then what they did, they went out and bought lot of domains. So IITM careers, IITM students, IITM reviews. So all these keywords, on all these keywords, you see IITM Janakpuri. So like this, they created a lot of websites and then they got content written for it. They did SEO so that if somebody else searches for it online, they should only get their own websites, but users will not know, right, that they are only managing all this. So in that way, they try to make sure that any negative review website doesn't come up on top, so that their business doesn't stop. And what usually we also do is, there will be some press releases or some pages on internet talking about you also, right? I will show you as an example. So for this, say IITM, you have got Get My Uni, okay. Just dial, right? Say if this is there, they will go and do SEO off-page optimization for these also. And then they will go to the next page. And if there are any other pages which are talking good about them, they will also go and do lot of optimization for this off-page optimization, so that this can come up on front page. And then any negative review which is there, it will slowly go down, right? In the first fold, it will not be seen. Slowly, they will optimize more 10 websites or pages from press releases, etc. Say Economic Times has written an article about them, some old article which is good. They will try to do off-page optimization so much for that page that that comes on top. In this way, you will try to hide or remove the negative rankings from Google SERP over a period of time and protect your reputation. That whole process is called online reputation management. So most of the big companies will have a small team, 1 to 2 members in ORM, which is a part of SEO. And then they will go and every day they will have Google alerts searching for these keywords, their brand plus reviews, and they will see whether any negative reviews are coming up or not. So if review is coming, then they will directly talk to them, right? So if somebody writes on Google reviews that this is a very bad college, then they will go, please let me know, are you a student? Or there can be cases when your competitor will just like that, go and write bad about you, right? So those things also should be done. So are you our student? Can I know your registration ID, some unique identity, so that what problem you are facing, whether it is genuine or not, so that if they are fake, they will not be able to give, right? So people will also understand. Then he is not giving proof, that means this is not a right review, it is a fake review. And then Google also says whether it is good or bad, please acknowledge. Please say, okay, you have written, we have read, we will take into consideration all the points and we will work on it. So it is human nature sometimes, and you will fail, right? So, but there should be an opportunity to recognize, understand that there might have been some slip-ups, and you give confidence saying that I will do best, and then correct the mistakes which have been done. So on, especially on brand pages on Mouthchat, sometimes you will also see that people will have a lot of issues, and then there would be a stamp, and then they would say that these are rectified or something like that. Okay, say here it is, right? It is saying that was shampoo and all. So then that brand will be given a chance, okay, for a price, for a good package only. So they should take some package from Mouthchat, then Mouthchat people will allow to reply on this. And if the user is satisfied, then it will come up like a very big stamp saying that it is now resolved. I'm not seeing it here right now, but then they had those things as well. Okay. Let's see. Glow and lovely. And if you try to be smart, and if somebody is writing like this, and if you reply here, it is asking, reply as a brand, it is asking you these things. So only when you have your login and then when you have taken your package with them, then they will allow. Earlier, they also used to give option for users to write and reply on it. And when you try to reply them as one of the user and say, hey, listen, this is not fair. What is your ID? What is your receipt number, etc. Then Mouched would go and remove that, saying that no, only as a brand, if you want, you have to go through this process only. You cannot write as if a reply from a user point of view to a user. Okay, so these are the steps in the ORM, and these are the websites which you should usually be like knowing. Okay, any doubts on this topic? So there are a lot of people who would require ORM, especially celebrities, people in higher positions, right? Maybe there will be a lot of controversy about them. Sometimes some press people will write, or without proofs something comes into the media, etc. Those guys are all would really worry and get the services of ORM. And then big brands already will have ORM team, so that if there is any negativity which is coming up, they will want to bury it down. Okay.
Sir,
Yeah,
if there is a startup company, then how they will manage for ORM?
they will also hire somebody in their team who would monitor every day. So you will have alerts on Google, right? So you will put Google alerts with your brand name and review keywords. And then anywhere anything is coming up on internet, you will try to see, you will try to search every day and see if there is anything negative coming up. And then whenever they see, they will try to first respond, reply, etc. And then if there are more websites coming or anything, then they will try to get as a serious concern, then tell their SEO team to create more websites or give backlinks to other positive websites. That is how they do.
Yes, sir.
So any doubts still here? Bharat?
No, sir, no.
Okay. And then let's go to Amazon. So even on Amazon or any other platform, right? So any platform also has search functionality inside it. So any search functionality is there. That means there is some search algorithm which is running and showcasing listings. So what we feel is, for any of these, usually we can try to do optimization of our listing. So when you go and start to list your products, say on Amazon, on the title you will try to say watches, right? Say Titan watches, unisex, and then say looks good for both women and men. So because sometimes people can search for women's watches, sometimes best men's watches, or somebody can search for unisex watches. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to optimize through all the keywords which are possible. Say if I have a game, a board game which I want to sell, I will write the name of the board game. Okay. Say Nine Men's Morris or Snakes and Ladder. That is the name of the game. And then Snakes and Ladders, the Indian traditional board game. Gift it to children on birthday. Maybe those kind of things which I will use in title, in keywords, in descriptions, so that this page gets optimized internally for all those keywords. So if somebody is searching for gifts for kids, then there is a chance that the algorithm will try to look up in the pages, and if my page has all these keywords repeatedly used, then it will pick up, right? And then it can showcase me on top of the listings. So this is how smartly we can also do optimization for our listings which are there on platforms. Understood? Only because, so there will be one primary category on which you will list, which is say games and board games. Other than that, if they are creating dynamic categories like games for kids below 10 years, games for children, tactical games or math games. So if you use all this in our description and possibly main keywords in title, it will also dynamically take those, and when it is creating a page, new page, it will also list our product there. And for all this, you also need to understand that we will also do image optimization. So high quality image, HQ image, but a bit low in size. So lossless compression you will do. So there should not be any loss to visual aspect. Only the size should get reduced. That kind of optimization you will do to all the images, wherever you are using, on the website, on social media, on these platforms, etc., so that they load faster and they are optimized, and then they will help in SEO as well. So they will ask you for images with white background, lifestyle images where they are, how they are used or kept in a house, like with other things, etc. So all these things you need to do, and then naming of the image also should be like, say, 9 men's Maurice hyphen Indian board games.jpg. Okay. So in the image optimization also they should come. So overall, whatever we are doing, we should try to see that we are optimizing for all the keywords which we want to rank. This is how we should think, and we should see, and we should implement in all possible manner, in the code, on the website, in the images, etc. Okay. And maybe if time permits, we can also see how to list products on Amazon, right? That can also be considered as one part of digital marketing only. It is also digital, that is also marketing only, right? Yes, team. So maybe we spoke about a lot of topics today, right? Huh? Any doubts, any questions?
Sir, I had one question. Sir, when we open some website, they say that we use cookies and we have to click OK. Sir, why?
So when you, so cookies are these code where they store a lot of information about you on your website, on your device. Okay, so they will store a lot of things, and then depending upon your cookies, the other websites will function. Like the way I'm saying, Google will read into your cookies and see whether you have used any, you went into any website, did you use any keywords, and then depending upon your previous usage, it will showcase, it will change the results, etc.
So, sir, like it's like our choice if we click OK or not.
Yes, so earlier it was not asked. Every company used to take all the information by default, and then now that is invasion of privacy, right? What you see, what you do is your own right. So how can somebody track everything you do and then put a marketing effect to it and then influence you? So it is for their commercial gain they are doing, right? That means we are thinking that we are using Facebook, but in reality Facebook is using us. So there have been a lot of privacy laws coming up. And then especially GDPR, it is called, I think. So this is very strong in European nations. And they said that this is mandatory, compulsory for the website to showcase whether a user should be given a choice to allow cookies or do not allow. You can also say no to it. And the same website will be seen. The homepage will not change drastically, but then they will not store any of your information in the cookies. They will not create a file in your browser or in your system and store all that which you are doing. So that way, at least you are maintaining your privacy, right? So that started from Europe.
So it means like it doesn't matter if we click OK or not. Like it only matters if we are giving permission, but it doesn't matter with the result.
In shorter run, it doesn't change any results, but in longer run, sometimes actually it might have shown you, say if you go to a website which is showing you all the products today, a e-commerce website, say Myntra, it is showing you all the products, but then you clicked on a special lipstick or some company lipsticks today. You closed the website, but then that information is stored inside the cookie. Next time when you open up, if your cookies are allowed, so that website might take you directly, or on the home page that website might showcase you the banner of the lipstick company you clicked earlier, because it stored all that information, right? And if it shows you that old, you might click once again and you might buy. So they want to show that. So if you disable cookies, first of all, it is not stored. So second time also when you come, it is a plain result. But if you have enabled cookie in the first, and maybe if they are so big company that they understand all this and they change the home page, so second time it will actually change. So there might be difference. And then there are a lot of softwares. So there are a lot of content management systems, which I told you, right, which has this ability to showcase based on cookies. So a homepage will look different to you, to me, and to Bharat as well, depending upon our previous choices. So now all that will be disabled, or people will not be able to use those very advanced things, right? Because it is invasion of privacy.
Okay, sir.
Right. Bharat, any doubts?
No, sir.
Next time आप ही बताओगे थोड़ा थोड़ा.
Okay, sir.
सबके बारे में. Right?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Anything else do you want to discuss from past topics?
Sir, like as we don't know like which website is fake or true, so how can we like if we find like this one is fake, so how can we file like a cybercrime report or like something like report this website like that?
So there is URL which is available online, Paran. So if there is a fake website, or if some cyber hack has happened, right? Somebody will say, hey, listen, they sent you an email, you have won 15 lakhs lottery, right? Or somebody will call you on your mobile and say, please, I am calling from bank, and give the details of your ATM and PIN. Your card is getting expired. There are many ways people do, right, cyber crimes. So there is a public URL available online. Let me just try to dig in and show. National Cybercrime Reporting Portal, right? And then mha.gov.in. So this is for Maharashtra. So earlier we were seeing for Sheikhpura. I don't know if it is any area, right? So in India also, you see here, government launches national helpline number to report cyber crime. So 17 June 2021, they have created a helpline number as well. And Hyderabad police has got cybercrime different branch. So each state has their own department. Other than that, the national government also has one. So women related report other cybercrime. Okay, I did. So I was tricked by somebody that they will give me a VIP number, mobile number. So I paid them some money, and then they sent me a fake SIM, which doesn't had any number. It is not at all working. It says just fake SIM. So you see, select a state. I created a login. Okay, so create here for a new user. I created a login, and when I created, I went in. I'm not getting. I have recently removed all the cookies. Otherwise, I had. And then it will ask you all details. When did it happen? Where did it happen? Is it on a website or is it a telephone number? What did they tell? What you gave? If you gave any money, or if you is there any transaction done, or what they told? Everything they will take, and then they will list it, and then you will get a call, email regarding that as well later on. What happened and all, and they will do investigations on that. So this process is there. So might not be very active, but then I have seen, at least in my case, but then I know that there will not be any possibility, right? So those telephone number, they will anyway change, on which I was speaking to them.
That means like even after we have done our job, but then also like they won't be like get punished or like something like that.
Yes, they will not get punished, right? Because they gave me some information on saying that they are in Noida near Delhi. Okay. And they have sent the SIM through postal Indian Post, where Indian Post might not have taken any proofs, any details from them. If it is a courier, at least we would know, right? That what courier service, if there might be a small camera, etc., etc. But then now we don't even know that date, stamp, everything is like not that strong. So that they know all these things, that right, they will have setting with the people who are like doing those stamping and all as well. So you will never be able to exactly know the date and time when somebody had come, when it is been dispatched. So you will not get to the right person. But then if it is repeat offenders, at least those telephone numbers, if they are reusing, then those can be tracked by police. So say they stopped using that number for 1 month. Maybe after 1 month, if they once again try to cheat more people and activate the same number, then maybe there are chances that they might be tracked down and given some punishment.
Okay, sir.
Cool. Anything else? No? So shall we stop this here, because the other ones are a bit big. I want to take them in one session so that you also understand what it is and how it is. So these are all future, right? So these are all future technologies. This is all about SEO future. So we'll have one good class to explain you the concepts, how it works, and what should be done.
Okay, sir.
ठीक है भरत?
Yes, sir.
Cool. ठीक है? Huh? So we'll meet once again. Huh? Bye.